Let's look at the second match. Andy Murray versus Rafael Nadal. Both players have been playing great tennis. Out of the two, I'd say Murray has been playing the better tennis. In fact, if I were to pick anyone else, now that Federer is out, I'd pick Murray to win the entire tournament. Now I'll be having other pre-match analysis for the final, but right now Murray is looking golden. Nadal, he's been playing well, but he's not been playing his best tennis overall. He had an ankle injury in the quarterfinal the fourth round against Juan Martin del Potro. He started grabbing his ankle. He got an MRI, but it turned out his ankle was fine. He breezed through his quarterfinal match against Marty Fish. He's looking very fit. So I don't think that's going to affect him in this tournament, but we will see. But one thing that I've noticed is he's been hitting way too many unforced errors on the forehand side. So let's see what we have. I have a quote here from Rafael Nadal. He said, "You know how difficult is this surface? How difficult is everything? Because when you play against one player like Tsonga, that he has this fantastic serve, you're under pressure all the time, even if you're winning 2-0. Because you have a break, you have few mistakes with your serve. He has a break, probably he has the set, and that's every time." He makes a very good point there. He was referring to Tsonga doing so well against Federer. He has a very good point. On grass, you have to hold your serve. You have to hold your serve, and if you do that, you can win the match. And so this is where I think Murray has an advantage against Nadal. His serve has been better. So let's look at advantages for both players. One, Murray's serve. If he gets his first serve win, he wins 84% of the points. Now that's a very impressive statistic. And then let's look at his return. In my opinion, I think he has the best return of serve in men's tennis. And I'm going to be looking to see him taking advantage of Nadal's second serve, which tends to be a little off pace sometimes. So I hope that Murray takes that off his backhand, steps into it at the baseline, and knocks them down the line for winners. And I think that's going to really help in his game. Mental game, he's been very strong. The crowd is on his side. I think that's going to help him significantly in the semifinal. People always talk about the fact that he is, he's got the weight of a nation on his back, and that can be kind of cumbersome, but I think that Murray revels in it, and I think he'll do very well with the crowd support today. Another advantage of Murray's, of course, is his counterpuncher abilities, his ability to change the pace, which is not really Nadal's style. Nadal is all about pace, so I think if Murray is able to mix up the shots more, hitting drop shots, slice shots, deep, short ones, I think that's going to really help him against Nadal and take him all the way. Also, Murray, as we know, is very comfortable at net. I think that if you're going to win this tournament, you have to go up to net. You have to take the risks. And Murray is very comfortable up there. So I think that's going to play to his advantage, especially if he goes up to net and keeps the point short. If he keeps the point shorter, I think that's going to help because Nadal loves the baseline. He's so consistent there. And I don't know, Murray has good ground strokes, but I think if he keeps the point shorter, that's going to help him. Backhand is his huge weapon. It's better than his forehand, and as I said before, I'd like to see him taking advantage of Nadal's second serve and using his backhand to approach the net, hitting winners down the line, because that will counter Nadal's mostly cross-court game. So let's look at Nadal's advantage. Well, he's got the fitness. He has the endurance. There was, of course, that question about his ankle, but I don't think that's a problem now. I think if this is going to go all the way, I think Nadal is going to have a huge advantage, and I'm saying a 5-set scenario because his fitness is just the best in the game, best in the business. Nadal is also the fastest player on tour. He gets shots that would normally be winners. This greatly frustrates Murray, and we all know that Murray sometimes does have a temper. So if Nadal is able to consistently get back balls that aren't necessarily winners, but they're deep, next to the baseline, I think that's going to really put off Murray. Mental strength is a huge advantage, and though Murray, I think he's strong in that category too, I think that Nadal has the edge over Murray here because One, Nadal has been in these situations before. Murray has as well, but Nadal, remember, has won 10 Grand Slam titles. I think that Nadal always rises to the occasion when he needs to, and this means that he's definitely going to do so today. He's going to do his best. And mentally, I think he's just got that edge. So another thing is when Nadal's first serve is in, uh, he's on fire. Essentially, one thing that he's been improving over the past year is his first serve. He's putting a lot more heat on it, and I think that's gonna greatly help him as well. But overall, both these players have very good advantages. Weaknesses: Murray needs to commit himself to points. He has a problem with this sometimes, and I think if he commits himself to a point, sticks with his strategy, that's going to help him. And that means finishing big points. In 2010, Murray played Nadal in the semifinal at Wimbledon as well, and he had a chance in the third set to win. He had, I think it was 1 or 2 set points against Nadal there, and he didn't take advantage of it. That was his chance. That could have swung the match around. That's why I'm looking for Murray to capitalize on those points. Said before, longer rallies. Murray, against most players on tour, can handle it, but against Nadal, it's going to be tough. He needs to keep those points shorter. Let's look at Nadal's weaknesses. He really doesn't have that many weaknesses. I mean, I've tried to think of some, but he really doesn't have many. He's kind of inhuman in some ways, but as I said before, second serve, Murray needs to try to pluck that off. And if Murray kicks his serve out wide, that'll open the court up for Murray to hit a winner there. Also, if Murray implements drop shots, which are risky, he could bring Nadal to net and set up a passing shot winner. This could frustrate Nadal greatly. But also, Nadal or Murray needs to keep Nadal back. He doesn't want to bring. He needs to keep him far back behind the baseline so that he can't set up those points as easily. Overall, this is going to be a great match. Looking forward to it. Both players have so much history, and I'm going to give the match to Murray, and I'm going to give him the match in 4 sets. So, looking forward to it, and in the next couple of days, I'll be posting a pre-match video preview like this one for the men's final. So it's going to be a historic day no matter what. But if Murray gets through, I think he's got a very good chance of going all